My advisor told me, you'll only be able to get a job in a black college somewhere in the South.
Dr. Mary Frances Berry looked for jobs not only in Southern black colleges, but throughout the country.
I started teaching at Central Michigan University, where they did hire me.
She attracts a wide range of student political opinion. That is, she attracts students who disagree with her and students who are willing to stand up and argue with her, and she welcomes that and relishes it.
She tries to instill in them an understanding of not only what happened and why it happened in the past, but what the implications are for contemporary problems.
Dr. Mary Frances Berry's career path took her from educator to administrator, and from being university chancellor to President Jimmy Carter appointing her to run the federal education program.
While I was there, most of what I did was to try to figure out some way to get more money for poor kids in K through 12 education.
After her term, President Jimmy Carter appointed her vice chair of the U.S. Civil Rights Commission.
One period of activism was where we were trying to get Nelson Mandela out of jail. We did everything we could in this country to help South Africa move to freedom.
I remember her being chained to the Iron Gate, to the South African embassy in Washington, and imprisoned for her commitments to end apartheid there.
Prepared to take a stand for social injustices internationally and domestically, Dr. Berry even challenged U.S. presidents at home.
I thought it was important that the commission continue to be independent of any president or the Congress. The reason why Reagan and I got into it is he didn't see it that way. He wanted to destroy any kind of race-based programs that benefited African Americans. And we obviously wouldn't do that because the data show that these programs are still needed. So he decided to fire commissioners. And he made the mistake of telling a reporter that he was firing me because I served at his pleasure and I was not giving him very much pleasure. And the judge agreed with us and said, you cannot fire a watchdog for biting you, because that's what watchdogs do, they bite.
Dr. Mary Frances Berry has written several books and articles about her experiences and knowledge of social issues.
This is someone who is a prolific author whose works have talked about issues of violence against women, who've talked about the issue of reparations, and the Civil Rights Commission itself.
A woman of strong words, a passionate writer and public speaker, a woman of strong conviction and action. Dr. Mary Frances Berry's legacy not only instructs, but leads by example.
I think the importance of fighting is to figure out what you stand for, stand up for principle, and to keep on fighting. I have no idea what my legacy will be. I hope that it will be that I did what I thought was right. Now, I may not have always been right, but to the extent that I concluded that something was a matter of principle and that it was right, I would pursue that and I wouldn't back down.